Hello and welcome to the Thaddius for Dummies tutorial brought to you by wowguidesnow.com. In this tutorial, I will first explain the basics of this fight, followed by a full 25-man raid encounter. For more detailed information and discussion on the topic, please click the link in the movie description. To successfully kill Thaddius, all raiders with no exception must understand his polar shift ability. Let's take a moment to discuss it. Polar shift puts either a negative charge or positive charge on each raid member. Let's assume, for example, you got a positive charge on you. If you stand next to other positive charge raiders, you will gain a 10% damage buff for each person standing next to you. That's a good thing. However, if you stand next to raiders with any other polarity charge, for example negative charge, you will cause damage to each one of them, and each one of them in return will cause damage to you. This will probably get you killed, which is a bad thing. Therefore, when fighting Thaddius, the raid should split up into two groups. When he casts polarity shift for the first time, each raider, including the tank, will receive either a positive or a negative charge. When that happens, the raid will need to reorganize itself, grouping all the positive raiders together on the right group and all the negative raiders on the left group. In order to avoid raiders from opposite charges ever crossing path, the raiders that need to switch groups will do so clockwise while keeping a safe distance from Thaddius in the middle. Doing so will enable your raid to form two new groups, one containing only positive charge raiders and the other one only negative charge raiders. Before we watch a complete raid encounter, let's watch a failed attempt. That will help explain the tactic. Here you can see the raid divided into two groups. Thaddius starts casting polarity shift and I am receiving a positive charge. I should stay in the group to the right, but instead I accidentally run to the negative group. The result, I am dealing damage to everyone around me, and they cause damage to me, and I die instantly. The raid continues the fight, and you can see on his next polarity shift how the raiders run clockwise to switch groups, while keeping a safe distance away from Thaddius. Now that we understood Thaddius' polarity shift ability, let's cover the rest of the fight. At the start of the fight, Thaddius is going to be untargetable. You first have to awaken him by killing his two guardians. To do so, split your raid in two groups. Each group is going to deal with one guardian. They both need to die approximately at the same time, because if you kill only one of them, about 5 seconds after, the other one is going to just resurrect him. Every once in a while they are tossing the tanks to the other side. Don't be alarmed, just be ready to heal the tanks when they land. When they die, you have a few seconds to jump off to the platform of Thaddius and get ready for the battle before he awakens. Because we already discussed polarity shift, I'm going to show this fight in fast motion, and I'm just going to put an indicator showing which polarity I'm in at each stage of the fight, and I will use this time to explain two things about this fight. First, you're going to have to make sure that as many people as possible will stay alive, because you will need their buff to kill Thaddius. He has a very large health pool. And the second one is that if you're resurrecting someone, he has to accept the resurrection only during the time that Thaddius casts the polarity shift, so that as soon as he resurrects, he will get a new polarity, either negative or positive, because having no charge at all will make people around you explode if they have both negative and positive charge. When Thaddius dies, don't loot him. Wait in your groups, because it will take a few seconds for the debuff to wear off, and if you just all run to him and try to loot, you will just cause a miserable wipe. One of the resurrected mages thought it would be funny to just jump in the middle of the raid and cause damage. And that concludes the tutorial for today. I hope you found it beneficial. As always, you can click the link in the movie info for more details and discussion of the topic on wowguidesnow.com. Until next time, have a great raid and killer drops.